Do you remember ever making up a story? It could be anything. Small lie about something that made you sound cool, short story about a boy going on an epic adventure, or perhaps even one about a historical figure like Caesar Augustus and his battle for godhood. I'm sure we've all had one of these experiences somewhere in our lives. Many people see this and think, I could do this for a living. Great writers have written incredible works. These led to innovations, inspired new generations for centuries, and ultimately guided us to where we are today. So why do I bring this up? Well, from the title, I think it's obvious, but I'll say it plainly. I'm going to be writing a story. I'm going to be doing my best to write it in a single month, the month of November. It doesn't matter if it's published ready. What matters is that I write during that period. I can spend the next year going over it and fixing things, but writing a rough draft in that time will help me focus my efforts and tell me I can do this. I believe many writers take this month to do just that. I'm just getting a head start about a week early. No, don't worry, I'm not competing. So, in the coming 5 to 6 weeks, I'm going to go over my struggles, my inability to come up with anything good, and hopefully, my triumphs. There will be bad days. My job might get in the way. I might write utter garbage one day. I might write a masterpiece only to have it discarded because it's irrelevant. All that won't matter. What matters is that I accomplished the task. Now, I told you I will be writing a story this entire time, and while that's true, I won't be starting from scratch. You see, I've been writing off and on since the 4th grade, more off than on the last decade. See, I stopped writing around the time I discovered just how much work went into it. I had written what were possibly the best 3 chapters I've ever written, and then found the slog of the next 5 near unbearable. I knew what I was writing was a strong start, but it needed refinement, a lot of refinement. I also knew the novel I was writing was going to be something like 500 pages. It was no small book. So, if every chapter was going to be like those 5, I was looking at a commitment of over 2 years to write a novel. It was daunting. I took a step back and thought, do I want to do this? Is this really what I want? This is all despite me writing since the 4th grade. I've had a strong affinity for writing, my ability to visualize, feel the emotions of my characters, and at the same time, do it all without planning much ahead, were all solid reasons why I should. One thing I haven't mentioned up to this point is that I am ADHD, and I refuse to take medication for it because of the side effects. I was in the 3rd or 4th grade when I went online and read about the medication I was on, and I decided that wasn't for me. I did not want to have anger issues. That's what I'm up against. It explains why I usually took on 3 or 4 projects at a time and why I seem to never find time in my later working years to write. Writing takes a lot of time, effort, and patience, something I'm not entirely known for. I prefer minimum effort, keeping things short and to the point, and not waiting around for something. This isn't because I'm lazy, or at least not in the way you're likely thinking. I just want things done efficiently. If I'm not feeling like writing and what I'm writing will likely be thrown out, why bother? So, why this challenge then? Because of the tight time limit, I will be forced to write subpar. I know it will be subpar, but it could also just be amazing. Maybe I can finish this for the first time in over 2 decades. This book has been finished a total of 3 times, written from the beginning 8, and planned out I don't know how many times. So I'm gonna get started on this and finish it. And hopefully, I'll publish it. Feel free to follow along and post about your own experiences in the comments below. Wish me luck. So, make sure you subscribe, and I will catch up with you next week with my first week at writing.